Hey guys, welcome to the 26th C# tutorial that I'm making for Living Boston. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a little bit more on inheritance, and I'm going to show you how to use interfaces. So, in the last tutorial, I forgot to tell you that you can only inherit from one base class. So we couldn't put like a comma here and inherit from like another class. But we can inherit from the same class multiple times. So we could create another class here called, I'll just call it my third class, and we could inherit from that capital, and we could inherit from my class as well. So now both of these classes are inheriting from my base class. They're both derived from the same class. Also, we could inherit from a class that's inheriting. For example, my third class could inherit from my second class. So if we did that, then my third class would contain everything from both this class and this class. So if we go out here, we should see that we have both hair color and show message, because hair color is in this class, but show message is originally in this class. So that's pretty much it on inheritance. So the next thing that we're going to be looking at is interfaces. And to create an interface, you're first going to want to type the keyword interface. Then following that, you're going to want to name your interface. Usually interfaces start with I's, or a capital I, so you're going to want to start your interface with a capital I as well. And that just means this will allow someone to differentiate between a class and an interface. So I'm going to do interface, and then I'll just call it my interface. Oops, interface. Alright. And now inside of an interface, you can create names for methods, properties, and also indexers and events, which we haven't learned yet. And so you cannot create like a definition for them. So if we were going to create a void, we would just do like void, and we'll just have it, I guess, my void, and then whatever parameters we want to pass through it, we're just going to pass none for the moment. And then you just put a semicolon, and that's it. You cannot put curly braces and have it actually do something. That is for method or for our classes. So, and all of the members inside of an interface are defaultly public, and you cannot put an access modifier on this and make it like private or something. All of them will be public, and they will remain public. So, if we were to, you're probably wondering what interfaces are used for if you can't like even define what this does. Well, what you do is you inherit from this interface and use it in a class. And you can inherit from a class and an interface, or just as many interfaces as you would like. So to inherit from an interface as well, we just put a comma and then the interface name. And we're going to inherit from my interface. And now in here is where we can create a definition for our void, my void. So we just do my void, or actually we have to type, we'll make it public, and then do void, my void, and then we can define it. However, it must be the same thing. It must be like a void, it must be called my void, and it must have the same parameter numbers or same parameters in it. So you should just copy this directly and just paste it in there, and then you can put your curly braces beneath that. Now inside of here we can make it do something. I'll just have a message box be displayed. Actually, I might as well use this method right up here. So we'll do base dot show message, and then we'll just have it display a message saying my void. So now we can use this just like we would normally use it. And you're probably wondering, well, what's the point of having an interface if we can just declare it in here anyways? Well, interfaces are used for if you have like multiple classes and you all want them to do something similar. and you all want them to have the same methods inside of them. For example, if you have a bunch of classes that handle different file formats, and they all do essentially the same thing with those file formats, such as reading from them and writing from them, well, if you had an interface that had two voids in here, such as reading and writing, then you could inherit from this interface and use them both in all those classes, so that when you went to use those classes, you wouldn't have to know anything about the file formats. You could just know, oh, it reads from it, so we just use that method. So now, we're going to go back out here and create a new instance of my second class, and say equal to a new my second class, msc dot my void, and then we should just get a message box that says my void. Yep. Oops. Alright. So that's basically it on interfaces, and there's really not much to it. So, see you guys.